Hi, this is Nathan Harrison for FindRemodel.com. Here's a typical kitchen remodel dilemma. Let's say you're shopping for a kitchen remodel and you find a cabinet look that makes you happy, but there's a problem. You're wanting to have some open, doorless cabinetry, but the cabinet style you've chosen is frameless. Why is that a problem, you ask? Well, frameless cabinets look great with doors on, but without the doors, they look like this. Yuck. So what can you do? Well, how about having your kitchen installer field build face frames for you? They can make something like this end up looking like this. Cabinets with face frames are the traditional look that says strength and durability. And done properly, the face frames will actually add those benefits. So now let's look at how simply this can be done and how to do it right. First of all, the installer will need sticks of pre-finished solid wood known as fillers. Accept no substitutes here. Nothing but solid, real wood will do for face frames. One benefit to field building face frames, which simply means building them at your house rather than in a shop or in a factory. A benefit to this is that the face frame can be designed to cover an entire complex of cabinets with one single frame, rather than each cabinet separately, which is the way cabinets come from a typical shop or factory, to where each will have its own frame. Now here's the frame I built nearing completion, and here it is all ready to go into place. I recommend that these sticks be joined together using pocket screws, but other installers may have a different preferred joinery method. Here you can see I have a joint clamped to prepare for pocket screws. One little trick to make these joints look good is to bevel the joined edge ahead of time before joining them together with a very light sanding. This keeps the joint from needing to be perfectly flush, which is nearly impossible when done in the field. Frankly, it's also nearly impossible in a shop, but the shop has the benefit of being able to sand the entire area down to smoothness and flatness after joining. We can't do that because the finish has already been applied to these pieces. Here's a close-up of what I'm talking about. Right here is the factory round. The corners of these pieces are slightly rounded, which is not unusual. And here is the bevel that I sanded onto the ends of my cut pieces so that they would match this factory round. And this creates the benefit of the faces not needing to be perfectly flush with each other, because you really can't tell if they're exactly flush. And this joint is not uncommon in high quality cabinetry, to have a sort of a beveled joint rather than perfectly flush. Once the frame is finished, the entire frame receives adhesive and is face nailed to the cabinetry. Face nailing simply means that we're nailing from the front through our face frame and into the wood, or in this case particle board, of these frameless cabinets. I recommend 18 gauge brads for this. Once the trim is on, the net effect is to have a much beefier and quality look to the piece. In this case, what we added was the face frame and crown. The difference is huge. Here's one little addendum. I wondered, how will this adhesive do at joining solid wood to edge banding? Edge banding is the typical surface on the edges of the panels on frameless cabinets. So for example, this very front edge not the inside but the front edge, has edge banding, which is a synthetic substance, vinyl or plastic based. So I wondered, how well will that really adhere? Of course, we're going to be face nailing, but we don't want to depend only on the face nails. So I constructed a little test, and one afternoon before I left, I took a piece of the wood and put adhesive down it like this, stuck it together with the edge banding of a piece of panel, and left it overnight. When I got back in the morning, even though it had not completely cured yet, just a piece 12 inches long like this was very, very difficult to pull apart, and this is without any nailing. So I am confident that between face nailing and adhesive, you can have a face frame structure that is very reliable.